Hello everyone. I hope you are all in good health. I'm sure you are as excited as I am today. Well, we will be reviewing possibly the best ICO of 2018. This is the Sparkster ICO. Do you see Anbelina with the Sparkster team on the left and the 10 million transactions per second icon on the right? Well, yes, both are true. In this video, we will review the 10 million transactions per second claim of Sparkster, its solutions, its team, its roadmap, a look into its token structure, and how you can become a part of this wonderful ICO. Note that this is not a financial advice and you must do a thorough research on your own. So, get hold of a cup of coffee and we shall start the review very soon. Okay, my friends, so I hope you're all ready for the review. So let's start this by the concept of decentralized clouds computing. You might be wondering why this concept? Well, if we see that in our day-to-day life, the applications that we run our servers on our mobiles, the applications that we run on different servers, or if we magnify this to a bigger level, and take it to the level of bigger companies such as the Amazons, the Microsoft, the eBays, the Googles, and all these, we can see that actually, apart from the costs, there are different hurdles. You can see that there are the physical server costs, the backup power, the physical security, the cooling, the warming, and 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 the maintenance stuff, and all these. So actually, it doesn't become easy. It becomes costlier, and it becomes harder. So the Sparkster ICO came up with the concept of decentralized cloud computing, and it is building the world's fastest decentralized cloud. And this is able to execute tens of millions of transactions per second. Okay, so the next question that comes to our mind is why should we at individual level, then the small companies, and then the bigger fishes, the Amazons, the Googles, um, and the Microsofts, and all this, why should they adopt Sparkster at mass level? So the first reason is the high throughput. They've achieved 10 million transactions per second, which is enormous, really enormous. And going forward in this review, I will be showing you a live video in which the team and its CEO, they actually achieved 10 million transactions per second in a live demo. And this is not a joke, my friends. And secondly, if we see that with this increasing number of transactions per second come the problem of scalability. So what actually this Sparkster provides is the isolation between cells, and hence they avoid the problem of limitations. And this isolation between the cells, it actually leads to parallelism and concurrency, but at the same time it avoids the overhead that being created by these number of transactions that are simultaneously taking place. This is one. If we go into the detail, we can see that the high throughput, the isolation between the cells, and this concept of decentralized cloud computing is what provides the base for the companies, for the individuals, and for the tech giants to go for Sparkster um, for a mass. So the next question that again comes to our mind is what exactly are the solutions that Sparkster provides to its investors or to its customers? Basically, if you see the software development is in itself a very cumbersome and time-consuming task. It doesn't come handy. Um, for example, you can see that lots of companies are hiring lots of experts, the computer literates, and all these guys who are working day and night to code the things and then to debug it and then to make updates and then upgrades and all these things. It's actually it becomes not only costlier, but it also becomes extremely time consuming. Using the Sparkster platform, customer software applications can be built in a house within minutes. It's really within minutes. Uh, and this will really cost you extremely less, and a lot of your time will be saved. And if you look at the solutions, the list that's inexhaustible. For example, there are the business solutions, the smart contracts, the Internet of Things, the smart automations, and the list is inexhaustible. It's endless. As we already discussed, the applications that are built on on the Sparkster, they're actually not uh, coded. You don't actually need to be an expert coder or a computer extremely computer literate uh, to code and make your dApps. No, that's not the case. Um, if you actually see the solution that Sparkster provides, you can see that the interface is really easy and it is beautiful also. You don't have to be worried about the database and the applications that you build, they scale themselves. Um, and that means you are just connecting the world together in a beautiful, easy manner. And you really don't need any infrastructure at your end. It's actually the Sparkster that's providing you all the platforms, all the basics, and you as I said, the main thing in which this ICO is different from others is is that you really do not need to be an expert to make your own applications. You don't need to code them. With simple language, you can make, you can build, you can run, and you can save all your applications. And here is the biggest news. Sparkster, 10 million transactions per second. The next generation Sparkster decentralized cloud meets the needs of widespread blockchain adoption by supporting millions of customers and processing tens of millions of transactions per second on chain. My friends, well, this is huge, this is immense. Going ahead, I will be showing you a live video where the Sparkster team and its CEO they achieve the 10 million transactions per second claim.
And you can see now the transactions are coming into the network at somewhere between 575 and 600 and something transactions a second. And we've got across the network now we've got 3,000 transactions a second across the network and about 1,000 transactions a second on average per cell. So now they're going to keep going. We're at 5,000 transactions a second across the network, 6,000 transactions a second. Almost 10,000 transactions a second. 12,000 transactions a second. Guys, can we switch pages on the right-hand side? $16,000 transactions a second. So we've already exceeded what we showed you yesterday in the video. Now we're at 19,000 transactions a second. So And now let's continue loading the network up with more TPS. Can we move to the next page, guys, on the right-hand side? Maybe the next page, yeah. $22,000 transactions a second. 25,000 transactions a second, with 1,000 transactions a second on average per cell. 28,000, 29,000, 30,000, 31,000. 35,000. You can see it's all happening legitimately in real time. Now we're moving quickly in the interest of time here. So 41,500 transactions a second. 44,000 transactions a second. Now, I have to tell you, these are 44,000 transactions a second arriving into the network every single second. This isn't some, simulation. These are real. Well, there are transactions that we've made up, but they are actual, real transactions arriving into the network. We've just reached 50,000 transactions a second. These are 50,000 transactions a second, real transactions, 52,000. Guys, can you open up some of the blocks? And let's just watch some of these transactions arrive for a moment. Yeah, sorry, the cells, I mean. Let's just watch some of these arriving. You can see in the bottom there in the transaction details and in the blocks, these are dropping in because these are transactions arriving every second. Now we're collecting them from the network. And you can see their hashes and such.
Also, let's go to the advisors. Basically, this is in the team. The advisors count a lot, and it is actually a prediction of how this ICO will do in the future. Normally, the grand ICOs, the big ICOs, they have a lot of advisors, like 5 or 10 advisors. But Sparkster's team consists of only two. Maybe they are deciding to expand the number of advisory team, or maybe for any reason they have kept only two. But if we look at them, for example, Professor Gary Levins, definitely he has an experience with the best institute in the world. There's the MIT and the UCF, where he is a chair of computer science department. And then we have Julian Albelo, who has done the, work with, he has worked as senior vice president of SAP. This is huge. This is immense, and also he has been associated with Oracle. So definitely, this is these two guys who are in the advisory team. They definitely are strong, but I think Sparkster team can definitely add more flavor by increasing the number of advisors to say six or 4 or 5, something like that. Um, Okay, if we look at the leadership team, we can first of all definitely the Sajjad Daya. He's the CEO. He's a guy who has vast experience in the in the technological world. He knows what he's doing. He knows what the Sparkster stands for, and he has a clear vision, a very optimistic vision of what this ICO will be achieving in the future. Then we have Anit Kumar, the Vice President of the Technological Development team, and then Shabir Kirmani, he's their tech evangelist, and the Jane Rajiv, their human resource. Actually, if you look at the at the team of Sparkster, most of their leadership team is from India, and this is a good sign as well, because India has a bigger population, has a bigger investor base, customer base, and also it's also a hub of technological development. And also, if we see it at many of these companies like the Googles, the Microsoft, and the Nokia networks, the Ericsson, and all these, we can see that the Indians have been at senior management level of these tech giants. So definitely, this gives more credibility and more impetus to to if we look at especially at the experience of the CEO Sajad Daya. You can see that he has been he's the founder and CEO of Sparkster. Then he has worked with Syncoms USM, a very good company. Then he has been the CEO of printerpix.com. So then you can see that he has been the head of software development division in Syncoms. Then you can see that he has worked with business development experts, and he's a graduate of Rollins College and worked as a technical support engineer at Cisco as well. So definitely, he is a guy who has sound experience, sound vision, and I'm sure that he has built up a very good team as well, which we can see, and definitely he and his team are definitely going to drive this ICO. Well, you can also look at their team in their website, and if you see, there's a long list of all these team members, and they have experiences from Infosys, the HSBC, the Snapdeal, the AT&T, the Universal, Pizza, City, Cisco, and all these big giant companies. So definitely this gives a sound standing to their team, and definitely that's an A grade team. There's no doubt. Well, so let's now go ahead and to do the kind of review of the token metrics of the Sparkster ICO. And I mean, for any ICO, the hard cap, the soft cap, and the number of tokens available for the private sale and the public sale, the bonuses, all these, they actually are a complete part of the package of how this ICO will do in the future. So definitely, Sparkster has a very balanced token metrics, and let's go and explore it more. Okay, so well, what we can see here is that the 67% of the tokens are actually going to the token holders, and then there's a 20% which will go to the initial investors, 10% to the team, and then 2% for the exchanges. That's very good. Um, and then there's a 1% for Dreamers charity. And if you see the allocation of funds, I think that's very also very convincing. They've like 25% for marketing, which is huge. So that definitely means that it's going to get a lot of attraction and a lot of hype, and 20% into R&D. This is very good for any project. the more the funds for R&D, the more the chances of success. So you can also see that sales team for the 25% and for expanding infrastructure 10%. That's very sound, because definitely we all, um, as its investors, as its lovers, we definitely want it to expand, to grow, and to technologically advance. So definitely, if you look at the funds distribution, that's immaculate. That's really convincing and very good. And yes, this the token. The token details are like, the Spark SPARK will be the symbol, and it's like 29 millions will be the circulating supply. Definitely, it can be plus and minus here. And this is not a security, but it's a utility token. So definitely this gives a lot more impetus for its growth and its for usage in the future. So definitely this is a very plus point for this. Initial price is like 15 cents, and it's an Ethereum ERC20 token. So, and the token sale date is to be announced. So definitely you must follow their Telegram and their Twitters and all these channels to make sure that you are into the token. So I think I explained almost everything, and definitely, this such a grand project that is very difficult to cover each and every aspect in this short video. But I'm sure that now you have at least the feeling of where this ICO is going and what exactly it's able to achieve in the blockchain technology. So now we have only 7 days left to sign up for this ICO and to be able to participate in the crowd sale. The pre-sale is already over. Um, so yeah, let's go ahead and see what exactly are the rewards schemes by the Sparkster ICO, and how exactly you can participate. There are, for this ICO, since it has got the stupendous type of hype, um, the number of subscribers are huge. So definitely they cannot allow everyone to be able to participate in the crowd sale. So what they have done is a scheme called the proof of love. We're actually, you know, you get scores for different types of tasks, and you actually show your love towards the ICO, and then you are given marks or based on what exactly you do, and how you spread the news, and how you become part of the proof of love campaign. So the more numbers or marks you have, the higher you go in the in the in the competition, and the more are the chances of you being able to participate in the crowd sale. So the different types of campaigns, as you can see, you have to be in the Reddit, you don't necessarily have to be, but maybe you can choose any one of them, and try to get more and more marks for that. Um, for example, the number of posts you do on Facebook, on Reddit, and then the LinkedIn, join their Telegram, and then their spread positivity, refer to your friends. Then there's a banner campaign, and then by maybe if you are a technical guy, maybe you can just um, you know read their technical white paper, and if it contains any source of errors, or maybe if there's any kind of bug in their smart contract coding, or anything of any kind of these things, so maybe you can earn points by these ways.